Change. Change is defined as the act or instance of making or becoming different. What does that have to do with today's video? Nothing. I just know there are a lot of videos they start like that. This is Scooby-Doo. Wait, my bad. This is Scooby-Doo. No, my mistake. This one is definitely Scooby-Doo. I don't know anymore. See, a few weeks ago, I made a video about a That's So Raven reboot called Raven Tone, and then the one about We Bare Bears, both of which you should definitely check out. I noticed a pattern, and it made me start thinking, what exactly is the problem with reboots? I wasn't sure, and instead of looking into it just for the sake of it, why not bring my problem to YouTube? A sad but memorable day, January 12th, 2023, VELMA came out, the gazillionth Scooby-Doo remake. As per usual, with almost every single reboot these days, it got hate. After questioning what's so unique about VELMA, it finally hit me. There is in fact another Scooby-Doo live action with quite the controversy, and that is Daphne and Velma, the movie. You see, what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say Scooby-Doo? Is it a show about female empowerment? Maybe a show with humor that sounds like it was written by a millennial trying to relate to Gen Z? If you said yes, please escort yourself out of here. Anyway, no. The first thing that comes to mind is solving mysteries, the gang, and most notably of all, Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Can't even get that in the new series. Why? Because Shaggy isn't even Shaggy. He's some black guy named Norval or something. Now you see, I'm a black man myself, so this comes from a place of love, but 1, we didn't want or need this. And 2, Norval? I mean, come on now. Of all the names for this wannabe Shaggy. Oh right, and they also don't have Scooby. Well, okay, it appears that the intro of this video was irrelevant. The problem with modern televisions is, well, change. They constantly want to pull on our heartstrings, shoving nostalgia in our faces, and not in a daring way like I do. And then they change everything. How does that work? You want me to feel nostalgic about a show when the dude who's in the show's title isn't even in it? When it comes to television, I hate to say it, but change is our enemy. See, all these shows like Teen Titans, Ben 10, and even Scooby-Doo already had an established brand. There's no room for improvement, no room for more villains, no more character development. These are our characters. This is the show. And you are the ones who established this with a clear understanding. Even something that seems as simple as changing aesthetic can completely throw off a show. For example, the We Bare Bears reboot. We Bare Bears went from having this more simple, kind of oldish look to anime. And not even like anime. I mean like the anime shown in Western television shows to make fun of real anime. The whole adorable, cutesy thing. I mean, if you wanted to make all these changes, why piggyback off on an already established brand? The answer is beyond simple. Money. Why hire new voice actors, get a new art style, and even write up a new plot when you just steal? Wait, new art style? New voice actors? Huh, so they changed everything. Well, that's interesting. Scratch everything I said. The entire point of piggybacking off an already established brand as well, recognition. Who in their right mind was going to watch Velma? A show where the character they tried to make the least likable was ironically the most likable character in the show. See, I had to watch Velma, for this video of course, and to better understand reboots. And I realized that change wasn't the only problem here. See, change can be just fine, but the problem lies in who you are showing this change to. Velma doesn't at all know their audience. I mean, removing Scooby, changing Shaggy, nobody wanted that. No one asked for it. Even the humor was completely out of whack. I don't care about some millennial joke. You're not only showing this to people who are far leftists, you're also showing this to me, someone who couldn't care less about politics. If Speedy Gonzalez was to get voted president today, I'd probably throw a celebration party. They designed the show for people with blue hair and relatively, as they would say, big bones. But hey, I love obesity as much as the next person. The people who the show would work best for wasn't who they marketed it towards. They instead made it seem like a Scooby-Doo reboot. So don't get mad at me for expecting, Scooby. As a great comedian once said, know your audience. See, that obesity joke was risky. And I know it because I know who's watching my videos. People who I hope are like me. And that's who I'm marketing towards. I'm not expecting Dranakiwak, the Shirley of Rose, to be sitting down watching nostalgic Disney show reviews. Then again, who knows? I love it, Dranakiwak. However, there's one more problem with reboots. The most dangerous of all. Creativity. We're currently in the dark age of creativity in television. Every channel is flooded with reboots. The only channel partly exempt from this being Disney. With Owl House, Amphibia, and probably even more. But then we take a look at Cartoon Network, where the only original show out right now is, Quirk of the Creek. Meanwhile, Gumball Revival is on the way, Teen Titans Go, which at this point might just be added to the OG section. I mean, 2013? For real? But anyway, Ben 10 reboot, which just ended, the Powerpuff Girls, and definitely more. Nick with the horrible Patrick Star show. I mean, just... it's so bad I might just make a video on it later. Anyway, how many beautiful new worlds have we seen? What show can you really wholeheartedly say could possibly be the Avatar: The Last Airbender for the next gen? There's nothing. Why? Because all you've been doing for the past 5 years is rebooting nostalgic shows for people born in 2000s, never looking at the future and what this may mean. Destroying not only modern television, but also future television. But how can we solve this? I mean, reboots aren't just plain horrible for us, they could be cheap, quicker to make, and still understandable / enjoyable for all parties. Well, a great example of this would be the Johnny Test reboot. Johnny Test as a show, in general, wasn't the greatest. However, the reboot was a perfect testament to the original Johnny Test, fart jokes and all. Whether the show is bad isn't the problem here. I personally can laugh at a few fart jokes, but the Johnny Test reboot doesn't have any of the mentioned flaws. I wonder why. It made no changes, and the audience was the same as when we were kids. People who can laugh at fart jokes. Nobody was mad at the Johnny Test reboot because we all had set expectations, but they were able to perfectly manage our expectations. I knew what I was getting into. I knew the fart jokes were coming. If anything, the reboot was even better than the original. They amped up the animation, and it was clear the budget was higher. It looked visually better. It's the same case with Boss Baby. The jokes landed the exact same, the plot was the same, and everything just felt like they were having fun, not worrying about how to please everyone and only their audience. So how do you make the perfect reboot? If you make changes, make the changes make sense. Know your audience and make the content that will fit them. But most importantly, manage expectations. Please!